Hi guys, so welcome back to my YouTube channel once again. Today I'm gonna teach you how to do pageant catwalk. I'm gonna teach you some of the things that I've learned during my training in the Philippines. I really hope you're gonna learn something from it, and I really hope you enjoyed it as well. So let's start. Actually guys, I really want to share with you one of the things that I did during my training in the Philippines. I decided to create my own notebook. So this was the notebook that I created when I joined pageant in the Philippines. And actually I used to put all of my notes here, starting from all the trainings that we had in the Philippines, all the exercise that I did, and all the question and answer and possible questions. So the things that I'm gonna show you today, it's not something that you're gonna learn all in one day. It's something that you have to do day by day, and you have to dedicate a lot of time, but slowly you will get to learn it more and more. It's something that you have to do, I don't know, months of training, and it takes a little bit, but then when you get to know all of the things about pageantry, it's gonna come all natural. Actually, one thing that you really need to have during pageantry, or when you join any kind of pageant, is actually confidence. And confidence is not something that you're gonna learn in one day. It's something that you have to learn day by day, and you have to internalize, and then you have to feel it in you. So it's not something that you learn in 1 day or 2 days. By practicing, by improving day by day, that's it. So what I always do before is I prepare myself. So actually I try to read all the recent news. I always try to be updated for any kind of news, political news, or even personal question, because most of the times, if you really don't know yourself that much, you will have difficult times on answering the question and answer, especially on stage. So let's start with the catwalk training. First of all, you have to warm up a little bit. So it's something that you have to do day by day, and then slowly you will get to internalize it, and then you will have this muscle memory, and you will learn to do it slowly, automatically. When you practice, one thing that I really suggest you is to have like really comfortable shoes. One thing that I suggest you is to have high heels with the belt, because I saw a lot of young ladies that joined pageants that they didn't have this belt, and happened to be that when they walk, their foot got out the shoe, and that's not something pretty to look at. So what I suggest you is to always have the belt, either it's in the back or in the front, so that you are able to walk and feel, the shoes. And one thing, after you slowly learn how to walk on comfortable shoes, that's the moment when you can actually wear your 10 inches high heels or even more, and then try to practice with it as well, because if you have to think about it, that's the shoes that you're gonna wear on stage. So do it step by step. Start first with really comfortable shoes, and then use something that you're gonna wear on stage. So I will be teaching you some of the exercises that you have to do day by day. So the first exercises that you have to do when you do your catwalk is to do some warm-ups. So the first thing that I suggest you to do is to do the head and the neck exercise. So actually it looks like this. The first thing that you have to do, you have to put your shoulders in the back and relax. So one thing that you have to do is to put your tummy in, butt out, and try to contract a little bit to have your abs, and relax your shoulders. The next thing that I'm gonna teach you is This one, bend your knees and try to do like this. The next thing that I'm gonna teach you is how to balance on high heels. So actually in the balancing exercise, what you have to do is
we could reach the stars, 'cause
a straight body.
you're on my mind. For you,
So get this book, put it on your head,
be the light through all the darkness of me. You could be the one. Said you'll never let me go, never let me go. But I'm here waiting for a lifetime. Said you'll never let me go, never let me go. But I'm still waiting for a lifetime.
The next thing that I'm going to teach you is the hips and waist exercise. So what you have to do is you have to hold your arms this way, bend a little bit. So you have to bend a little bit and throw your hips right, left. Thing I'm gonna show you is the pulling exercise. Actually, what you have to do is you pull yourself all up, and you have to imagine as if there is a string on your head, that an invisible string on your head that is pulling you up more and more. Because on stage or when you do a catwalk, you have to look long, you have to look straight, and you have to imagine an imaginary line that is pulling you going up. So after you do this more, you will slowly and automatically learn how to pull up yourself while walking, which is something that you, of course, you don't learn it in 1 day, in 2 days, or in a week. It's something that you have to do day by day, and then slowly you will get to know how to do it. The next thing that I'm gonna show you is the curve enhancement. So what you have to do, you have to find like a wall. Very important thing, you have to internalize everything. Try to internalize what you learn, trying to internalize your confidence and every single thing that you learn day by day. And especially, you have to live, think, and act like a beauty queen. So if you're gonna join pageants and take it seriously, you have to live, breathe, act, and feel that you are a beauty queen, as if you're wearing already the invisible crown. Be conscious in all your movement. Do your full makeup. Do your full makeup as if you won already. And when you sit down as a beauty queen. When you walk as if you're walking in the stage. You always have to act and look as if you already won. So now, one thing that I'm gonna teach you, it's a very, very important exercise that you have to do day by day to have this muscle memory, and then you automatically learn how to walk like a beauty queen. So it's called the duck walk. So actually, the duck walk, it's a little bit hard to do if it's the first time that you do it, because it's something that you don't learn, of course, in 1 day. So what you have to do is you bend your legs, straight back, butt out, tummy in, contract your abs, bend, step, like this leg has to actually be completely straight, and you have to feel as if your foot is pulling you, so it looks like this. And then with your hips, push on the right, and then you do the same on the other side, push.
You'll always be my night sky. You're the night sky hiding behind dark gray clouds. I can't figure you out now. I see all blue. There is so much cold in you, and the silence is so loud when you go. I just stay dancing with.
And you continue doing it. When I used to do this in my training camp in the Philippines, I used to do this for, I think, 1 hour or even more. When you walk, some people tend to walk with a very stiff arms, like a very hard arms, and they look like a robot because they walk this way. But what you have to do when you walk, so if you put your right leg in the front, the opposite arm has to be in the front as well. So when you walk, has to be really natural, has to go like really natural. Some people tend to do this way, like going arms as if they have no control with their arms. So when they walk, it really looks ugly because the arms are going like bouncing, and it's not really nice to look at. When you do the first step, it has to glide, and the weight of the body has to go in the front foot and not in the back. Otherwise, you will tend to fall. You have to go as if you're going tiptoes. Think of an imaginary straight line. That's why you have to do a lot of duck walks to be able to do this naturally. So do a lot of this exercise to be able to bring all of your weight on your toe, because you have to learn to bring your weight on your toe. Try to do a lot of this exercise so that when you do a lot of this, then slowly you will get to know how to do a proper catwalk. So glide step, glide step, glide step, and your arms will go naturally. And one thing that you have to know when you're on stage, you have to be mindful of all of your movement. You have to feel what your body is doing. You have to take control of all of your body. So one thing that I'm gonna teach you is before you do a proper catwalk, you have to start with a very strong pose, so that when you do your first step, it actually goes natural and very confident. Pose when you hold your waist. Most of the girls tend to hold their waist like with a very straight fingers, and it really looks like completely ugly. So it has to look more natural. So as if you're holding a bottle of water or something, you're holding something. You're holding your waist. So it has to try to put your butt out. The posture has to be like this. It doesn't have to look like as if you're really stiff and hard. It has to look like really natural, as if you're not feeling the pain, even though you're really feeling the pain in all of your body, because that's the reality. So to do the turn, you do the step, twist, your neck, your head turns last, and then turn. Let me do it again. You have to do step, twist, your head goes last, turn. As you can see, I am back on my posture. You go like this: step, twist, and turn. But when you turn, do it fast. And one important thing is then when you do your catwalk and you're on stage, look left, straight, right, right, straight, left. So when you walk, you don't miss anybody from the audience, and especially the judge. try to do an eye contact with the judges and pose. So there's really still a lot of things that I really want to show you, but for the moment, I really hope you enjoyed watching this small part of a catwalk training. So there's really a lot to learn in pageantry, and this is only, I think, 2% of the things that you have to learn in pageantry. So I really hope you enjoyed this video. You don't forget to subscribe and to click on the notification button to be able to see my future vlogs. Thank you for watching, and see you on my next vlogs. Bye!